Archangel Michael says it's an emergency. A heartbreaking news is coming on your home. The one who hurt you is open is quickly. Archangel Michael says, the air thickens like a gathering storm as the first shadows of betrayal descend upon your heart. You will feel a cold sharpness, as if the moon trembled behind torn clouds, exposing wounds you never saw coming. The one who hurt you, the face you trusted, carries a secret darker than night itself, and it is about to unravel before your very eyes. God says, the pain you have endured was never without purpose. This heartbreak is a divine unveiling, a sacred shaking that must come to break the illusions you have held too tightly. The one who caused this is not a stranger but a part of your own story, a figure cloaked in familiar warmth but shadowed by deceit. You have whispered prayers into the emptiness, pleading for truth, for justice, for relief. Now the silence breaks. The trembling hands of angels have carried your cries beyond the veil, and Archangel Michael stands at the threshold, sword drawn, ready to sever the ties of betrayal. The hurt you feel is not the end, it is the beginning of a fierce awakening. God says, do not shield your eyes from the harsh light of this revelation. The one who inflicted this pain believed themselves untouchable, wrapped in the arrogance of their falsehoods. But divine justice does not slumber. Every whispered lie, every broken promise, every shadowed glance has been recorded in the celestial ledger. The house you call home will no longer shelter secrets. The walls will echo with the truth as it crashes in like a tidal wave. You may feel trembling, a shiver through your bones as the fabric of your reality tears. It is a holy unraveling, necessary and merciful in its ultimate purpose. Archangel Michael says, your heart, though shattered, is the forge of resilience. From these shards, a new strength will be born, one tempered in fire and purified by tears. The night is darkest before dawn, and soon a light will pierce the gloom, a light so fierce it will burn away all deceit. God says, embrace this moment, no matter how painful, for it is the gateway to your freedom. The betrayer's mask is slipping, revealing the true face hidden beneath, a face you must see clearly to move forward. The road ahead is perilous, but you are not alone. The armies of heaven march with you, their wings a shield around your broken heart. In this sacred hour, stand firm. The heartbreaking news that will come to your home is a divine summons to awaken, to rise, to claim the justice and peace that has been long denied. Your story is far from over, it is only just beginning. Archangel Michael says, in the silent hours before dawn, when shadows gather and the world holds its breath, the whispered conspiracy takes form. Behind closed doors, hidden from your sight, the one who hurt you conspires with cold intent, a serpent weaving a web of deceit that tightens around your spirit. The moon hides behind jagged clouds as secrets slip like venom into the air. God says, the betrayal you face is not random but crafted with deliberate cruelty, a betrayal born from greed, envy, and fear disguised as loyalty. The hands that should have held you steady instead clutched the dagger poised to strike. This darkness, though terrifying, is a test, a fire through which your soul must pass to emerge refined and whole. You will feel the weight of these hidden meetings, the murmurs that chill the blood, the glances exchanged in shadows where trust once dwelled. The night will reveal the names and faces that echoed your pain in silence, the very ones who smiled while plotting your undoing. Their hearts are cloaked in cold ambition, their whispers a dagger in your back. Archangel Micheal says, listen closely to the silence around you, for it screams with truth. The spiritual battlefield is thick with tension, every lie a stone cast against the fortress of your heart. But remember, the light you carry within is a beacon, piercing through the fog of deceit. God says, do not despair at the ugliness unveiled. The conspirator's darkness will not stand against the rising dawn. Their plans, though wrapped in shadows, are fragile beneath the weight of divine justice. The angels record every secret word, every hidden glance, preparing for the moment when the scales will tip. You are surrounded by unseen forces, warriors of light who move swiftly through the unseen realms to dismantle the enemy's plot. Their presence is felt in the quickened beat of your heart, in the sudden rush of courage that surges through your veins. The battle is not yours alone to fight. Archangel Micheal says, hold fast, for the storm approaches but will not consume you. The pain inflicted is a cruel teacher, but it carries a divine lesson. Through this dark night, you will gain clarity, a sacred knowing that will shield you from further harm. God says, the one who hurt you believed their conspiracy would remain hidden, that their betrayal would be buried in silence. But divine light exposes all lies. The truth will break forth like a blazing sun, scattering shadows and shaking foundations. Your spirit, though battered, will rise unbreakable. This is the hour when the veil thins and the hidden becomes known. Brace yourself for the revelation that will shatter illusions and clear the path toward healing. The whispered conspiracy will no longer be whispered, it will roar with the power of divine judgment. Archangel Micheal says, the skies churn with thunderous intent as divine judgment prepares to strike. The heavens tremble behind a veil of storm clouds, each crack of lightning a herald of the justice soon to be unleashed upon the betrayer. The one who broke your heart stands on the precipice of reckoning, their deeds weighed and recorded in celestial balance. God says, the scales are tipping. What was once hidden in shadows now shines under the merciless light of truth. No deceit can withstand the burning fire of divine justice. The betrayal that sought to silence your soul will be met with a retribution swift and unyielding. You feel the electric charge in the air, the pulse of cosmic order restoring itself. The heavens decree that the pain you have endured shall not be in vain. Every tear, every scream swallowed in the silence of betrayal, has summoned the angels to your defense. Their wings flap with righteous fury, a storm of protection and vengeance. Archangel Micheal says, the sword of justice is drawn, gleaming with holy fire. It slices through the lies, cutting the cords of falsehood that bound your spirit. The betrayer's fortress of lies crumbles beneath the weight of heavenly decree. This is not vengeance born of hatred, but justice born of divine love. God says, prepare yourself for the shaking of foundations. What seemed stable will fall away like brittle ash. The upheaval is necessary, a cleansing fire purifying your path. Though it feels like chaos, it is sacred order taking shape. The darkest night before the dawn has come. You stand at the heart of this storm, trembling but unbroken. The pain sharpens your senses, your soul ablaze with the fire of divine truth. The one who hurt you will face the consequences not by human hands, but by the hands of angels who serve the will of heaven. Archangel Micheal says, do not fear the judgment, for it heralds freedom. The chains of betrayal will fall, and you will be released into a new dawn of peace. Hold fast to your faith, for the battle rages not just around you but within you. Your spirit is being forged into an instrument of light. God says, this moment is a divine pivot. Your suffering has summoned a reckoning that will ripple through realms seen and unseen. Stand firm in the knowledge that justice is inevitable, and your healing is near. The betrayer's power wanes as the armies of heaven advance. The storm rages, but within it lies the promise of calm. The final judgment approaches, and with it, a sacred cleansing that will restore your soul's harmony. This is the turning point where heartbreak begins to transform into holy victory. God says, even in the deepest wounds, there is a sacred promise waiting to be fulfilled, a promise of redemption so profound it will reshape the very essence of your being. The moon, veiled in soft silver light, bathes your broken heart, whispering that from this pain will rise a new creation, holy and whole. Archangel Micheal says, your suffering is not the end but the fertile soil where divine grace will take root. The heartbreak that carved through your soul is a divine invitation to transformation, to shed old scars and embrace a new spiritual strength beyond your imagining. The night sky pulses with quiet hope, a subtle glow of healing breaking through the darkness. God says, do not recoil from the pain or turn away from the shadow it casts. Instead, walk toward it with courage, for it is the gateway to resurrection. The one who hurt you has unwittingly opened a door, one that leads to the sanctuary of your soul's rebirth. This sacred passage is guarded by angels whose wings shimmer with the light of redemption. Archangel Micheal says, the divine plan is unfolding behind the scenes, invisible to human eyes but powerful beyond measure. Your tears are watering seeds of grace that will bloom into profound peace. The betrayer's actions, though cruel, have set in motion a holy chain of events destined to restore you fully. God says, in this moment, feel the gentle breeze of divine mercy brushing against your spirit, carrying away bitterness and replacing it with forgiveness, not for the sake of those who hurt you, but for your own liberation. This forgiveness is a sacred fire, purifying and freeing, allowing you to reclaim the joy that was stolen. The sky lightens with the first blush of dawn, and with it, the assurance that your soul's healing is divinely guaranteed. The pain is a passage, not a prison. Archangel Michael's sword now transforms into a staff of comfort, guiding you toward peace. God says, "Your redemption is written in the stars," a cosmic promise that no darkness can extinguish. The broken pieces of your heart will be woven into a tapestry of light, strength, and beauty. Trust in this sacred process, for it is as certain as the rising sun. You are not alone in this journey. Angels walk beside you, their presence a constant reminder that divine love surrounds and upholds you. The sacred promise of redemption is your new reality, waiting to be embraced with open arms. Archangel Michael says, "The time has come to stand at the edge of this divine reckoning, for the final warning echoes like a clarion call through the heavens. The one who broke your heart stands exposed, their fate sealed beneath the watchful eyes of celestial hosts. The moon shatters through fractured clouds, casting sharp light on the path you must now walk, one of fierce protection and unyielding faith. God says, heed this sacred warning, for the enemy still lurks in shadows, seeking to twist pain into despair. But you are guarded by holy fire, surrounded by angels whose wings beat with unbreakable strength. The darkness may roar, but it shall not consume the light within you. You will feel a fierce surge of power rising from the depths of your soul, a divine force anchored in truth and courage. This is your shield against the lingering whispers of betrayal, your sword against the shadows that seek to deceive again. The sacred ground beneath your feet trembles with the promise of resolution. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare your heart for the final unveiling. What was broken is being restored, what was stolen is being returned." The betrayer's plans dissolve like mist at dawn, powerless before the will of heaven. The spiritual chains that bound you fall away, freeing you to rise into your God-ordained destiny. God says, in this holy moment, embrace the peace that follows the storm. The battle may leave scars, but it also leaves strength, strength born of divine grace and unwavering trust. You are more than the sum of your wounds. You are a child of the Most High, radiant and invincible. The light expands, filling every corner of your being, pushing back the shadows that once threatened to consume you. Angels sing a silent hymn of victory, their voices weaving through the air like a healing breeze. Your home, once a battleground of secrets and pain, now becomes a sanctuary of truth and love. Archangel Michael says, walk forward with the knowledge that you are deeply protected, fiercely loved, and divinely guided. The heartbreak you endured was a necessary passage, a crucible that has refined your spirit into pure gold. This resolution is not an end but a new beginning, radiant with hope and promise. God says, your journey continues with renewed strength, shielded by heavenly hosts and blessed by divine light. Trust in the unfolding of your destiny, for it is carved by the hands of angels and written in the eternal book of life. You are safe. You are seen. You are loved beyond measure.